You know, it was a long time coming. You know, we've all been waiting for this day. You know, we had a lot of energy. Sometimes, you know, we was out there, just felt like, what are we doing this for? But then, you know, those games gave us motivation to keep working, to keep getting better and gelling as a team.
Yeah, talk about the fall and how challenging it was. Like you said, you didn't have games to look forward to. That's something you're used to. So what did you focus on to make sure you guys were staying prepared and getting better each day?
Honestly, just the mental toughness part because, you know, with times like that where you don't know, you know, it's better to prepare for something rather than you not preparing just because you don't think anything's coming up. So and at the end of the day, we're just getting ready for the GNAC because last year, you know, we didn't do too well, and this year we got higher expectations for the following year.
Yeah, talk about being a second-year player now. You got a lot of valuable experience as a freshman last season. How did that help you, and how are things different here your sophomore year?
Yeah, I was very fortunate to be out there playing as a true freshman, and you know I learned a lot, especially in this conference. You know, it's tough every night. Any team could beat anybody, so even the worst team in the conference, you know, you got to give it your all. So for the new guys here, hopefully they just learn and pick up on things. And you know, me being a second-year player, you know, I try to give them any advice or any tips that I wish I would have known for last year, so they can be ahead of the game.
Yeah, that had to be a good feeling, getting to see those new guys in a game setting. Of course, you've gotten to know them just through practice and knowing them as people, but what was it like seeing some of those new guys do really well in their first game as a Yellowjacket?
You know, I was really proud of them, especially Nick. You know, he's a freshman coming out of high school. He had a real good debut. Carrington, you know, he had a real good debut as well. Jimmy played really good. He hasn't played in almost 2+ years, so he was really excited to get out there and get things going. So, you know, we still have other guys, you know, we're still gelling together, first game, so we got a lot of things to work on, but we're really excited to be out there and just play.
Well, I think, you know, it's probably what we expected. You know, a lot of good things, a lot of things we got to clean up. You know, pretty inconsistent in some areas, but it was great. You know, it was great for us. It was actually real good competition. It was great for us to kind of just get our guys out there and see kind of who would respond and where the slippage was and the stage fright and things like that. And pretty pleased with overall how we, you know, faced a little adversity, got behind the second half, and had to kind of fight through that. So it was great to get back on the court, and now we need to build on that and clean some things up before Wednesday.
Well, we talked after the game about a couple of newcomers that really stood out and really carried you through some of those tough moments in that game. You had to be pretty pleased as a coach to see the new guys come in and have an impact like that.
Well, there's no question. Jimmy Brown obviously brings a little more experience. You know, he played a couple years at junior college, did sit out last year. So a little bit that, you know, he's been around a little bit more, where Nick Sabasio from Indiana, he's a true freshman. So for him to come in and shoot the ball like that and kind of give us a physical presence a little bit too was great to see. And we brought him off the bench, which gives us some good energy off the bench.
Clarence Daniels back after his first year in the program. He got to see a lot of good court time as a true freshman. Maybe just a couple thoughts on him now in his sophomore season.
Well, he's been dinged up a little bit all fall, and but yeah, his experience. You know, I mean, 10 minutes a game last year. He's playing a little different position this year. Got him more on the perimeter. You know, he's just kind of he's one of those guys I think this redshirt year is great for. You know, wasn't able to redshirt last year as a freshman, so this is kind of a year for him to grow, mature, play him at a couple different positions, experiment a little bit with him. Obviously, you know, his role is important. You know, getting the ball, you know, offensive boards, you know, kind of being a slasher, and hopefully one of our better defensive players. So that's kind of what we're gearing Clarence for.
The Rocky Mountain College rivalry, always a fun game. It would be a little different, usually packed house and a rowdy crowd. You obviously won't have that this year, but still a big game for the guys on the calendar Wednesday.
Well, there's no question. I mean, I think, you know, Rocky's played a lot of games. It's our second game, but again, you know, it's our rival game 2 miles away. I know our guys will be excited. I know they'll be excited. And again, it's a chance for us to hopefully you know, the most important thing is we see some good strides, you know, between game 1 and game 2, but it definitely will be very competitive and something where we'll have to go over and compete for 40.